Hi, I'm Erifili from Studio 138, and this week on July 17 and 18, we'll be screening the Kids Rule Film Festival, short films from around the world for kids. Today I'm speaking to two of the filmmakers behind the Canadian short film Wednesday, which will be screening at the film festival.
On a deux choix. Soit on rentre et on se fait gronder, ou soit on passe la journée dehors et on fait semblant d'être allé à l'école. Mais Léo, on serait des hors dehors de la loi.
One whole day is all I ask. To break from the race, the one that lasts forever will never let you go. Now how I go now, no, how I go now. Sailing away, sailing away, sailing away.
Welcome, Lisa and Jeremy.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us. So, first of all, congratulations on a beautiful film. I really enjoyed your film. And what's the title in French?
It's mercredi.
So, I'm really excited to have it included in our lineup. And could we start off by you just telling us a little bit about yourselves, where you're from, a bit of your background and a bit of your filmmaking journey, if that's okay.
So, well, we're both from France.
Yeah.
I grew up in the south of France and I studied film in Paris. And then I started working a little bit in Paris and I decided to go explore the world. So I moved to Montreal, Canada, and I've been there for 6 years now. And I've been working, I started as a production assistant. And then I got the opportunity to work in post production, which I really didn't know. In France, I did casting, so I was really unaware of what was happening after the shoot. So it was very interesting to start in that. And since then, I've been a post production coordinator on different films and TV shows. And then I met Jeremy, who's also in post production, and we realized that we really, although we loved helping other people making their own films and TV shows, we really felt the need to do our own.
We just thought like it might be great to do our own thing and just do just do it.
Yes. So Wednesday is our first short film, and we're pretty excited to have it screened in Australia all the way over there. It's
Yeah.
really amazing.
Fantastic. Well, we're pleased to be screening it. So you've been involved in different filmmaking, television production for quite a few years. Is that right?
Yes.
Yes. Both.
Yeah. And how has that experience helped you with making your first short film independently?
Well, it helped a lot because we wanted to see how things work professionally before doing our own thing. So like, great workout and just way to do things, and that's how it helped a lot. And then with the relations, we managed to have a professional
Help.
professional help
That was really good.
for our first movie, which is
Which
great.
is very lucky. We really working with directors and seeing how they did it. We kind of learned a lot from our experience, and in post production, like Jeremy said, we were very lucky that people we had been working with wanted to help us. So we've been very lucky with all that.
Yeah. That's pretty much it. Yeah.
And you co-directed. Was that challenging? How did that work for you?
Actually, not. It was pretty great because we just built the script like with both visions, but turned out great. And
and on set we were very complimentary. I worked a lot with the actors while Jeremy was with the crew technically, and we would do our thing, and then we would show one another what was going on, and
just to double check.
Yeah, and because we had been working together beforehand in post-production, we knew each other very well already. So we knew how
How
both of
to
us react under
yeah,
pressure, and
and how to handle things.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. So, Wednesday is described as a film about so two young kids, Iris and Leo. They're waiting for their bus. It's just like any other day, but then they decide that they're not going to school, and so they make their own rules and go on a bit of a urban adventure on the streets of Montreal. And one of the things I really liked about the film is that it's very tender, but it's not sentimental. It kind of shows the good and the bad of friendships and childhood, and it's lovely. So, how did the idea for the film come about?
Well, we had been working on other ideas,
Yeah.
but they seemed very ambitious for a first film. So then we had to think of something more.
Most simply to do more
Yeah,
just
that,
a basic idea and going from there, just develop it.
and yeah, and we had seen a film, a French film called Allons Enfants, which is a feature film, a wonderful film. I recommend it. And it was about two children getting lost in Paris, and we really loved that film, and,
Mhm.
and we were like, oh well, that's actually a good idea. So we did it differently because our kids are not well, they get lost, but they not. It's in the other film. They get lost without meaning to with and in our film they want to so but that film really inspired us in the first place. And also there's a big thing that that year when we wrote that film, we were under a lot of pressure on the films we were working on the side, and we thought that life was getting very pressuring and
Yeah, sometimes, yeah.
we
it
felt
does.
like we wanted to do a film that was lighter, to a simpler time when we were kids, and we didn't have to have all this pressure, and we wanted that. And we know by talking to friends and people around us that a lot of people feel that way
Mm.
nowadays, with work and all the obligations and the way the way things are right now, with and now even more with COVID-19,
Yeah.
Mm.
you know. And we were just like, how about we offer people what we feel like we would want to see, something light
Yeah.
and that would take us away from our daily life
Just
and
a little pause.
remind us, of what we all experienced when we were younger.
Yeah, and it really does that because there's, I guess, even though it's sort of um, everyday experiences, I guess, of the city, it's still seen through the eyes of a child. So it really is seen as a big adventure, which is great. Um, so with the young actors, so they were amazing. A lot of people would think that maybe starting with a film with two very young actors is not necessarily simple. Tell me about the young actors.
Well, actually, it was the simpler part of the set and the shoot because they were very professional. They come from
Agencies.
agencies, yeah. Um, well, they did the part. I don't know how to say it. They did quite great. I mean, they did more than expected, and just turned out great on the screen.
They
So,
were really excited to be on set too, and it really brought a lot of fun energy for everyone. So even when we
yeah,
were doing a very long hours, and they would always find a way to make us all feel great, So that was exciting. And yeah, as Jeremy said, they came from a talent agency, so they knew what they were doing.
yeah.
they, they knew what they were signing up for, huh? And how long did the shoot actually take? So the actual shoot, not the pre and post production.
The actual shoot took 5 days.
5 days. Yeah.
We had a little, no, little. I don't know how to say that. We lost one day of shooting,
So
but
we had to reshoot it.
yeah, we have to shoot it. But
Technically we realized some stuff weren't working, so we shot
Sure.
an day, but it was supposed to be 4 days.
Mhm.
And we did it over weekends because well, a lot of people actually worked during the week, and the kids had school, so we did it over 3 weekends.
Hmm. Yeah, it's a bit of a challenge, isn't it? Fitting a short film shoot around everybody's schedules.
Yeah, that's really
Yes.
changing.
And the music is lovely. It's just perfect. So, what was the process with because it was original for the film, so getting the musician on board and the process of developing the music for the film?
It was actually, we are so lucky and honored because we worked with an artist called Devereaux. He's from Nova Scotia in Canada, but he's quite big, and we really enjoyed his music. We always we were thinking of what kind of music we would want to put in that film, and we needed something, you know, that would be nostalgic but still upbeat
Yeah.
and very soft and have this child vibe. And so we were really like thinking and thinking, and then one day on my iPod, Devereaux came across, and I was like, oh my god, of course, he's the guy. So we took a shot. We wrote to him directly. We found his email and we said we're big fans, and we have this project, and it's a very small project, but we really believe you're the guy to do it. And he was very touched by the email, and he accepted to help us out. So that was
Yeah,
very
there was great
great.
news, and
Yeah.
it was just
Oh, that's
perfect.
terrific. Yeah, because
Yeah,
music can be very challenging, especially when you don't have massive budgets to
yeah,
spend on music. And it was perfect, absolutely perfect for the film.
Very
So,
generous. He's the kind of artist that cares about the art itself. So he was very, even though we dealt with his agents and everybody was super helpful and happy to help, but he loved the project. I think he felt the same way with us with the pressures we were telling you about. He was super happy to do something that would do good to everyone. So
oh, lovely. That's great. And so, what projects are you both working on? Or you might not be working on anything at the moment, and that's fine. But what personal projects are you working on at the moment, if any?
well, we're starting slowly to write a new short.
yeah,
Um, it's still kind of it's hard to say the story right now because we're still kind of like
yeah. We have
mixing
multiple.
different stories.
Yeah,
We're not sure exactly where we're going with that, but that's our main plan. And yeah, we
yeah. We're
just want
gonna
to
do
keep
another
doing it.
one, and
Yeah.
that's for sure.
Oh, that's good. And finally, what's your number one tip for someone who's interested in making their first short film?
Make sure you're well surrounded.
Yes, that's the best. That's the
Yeah,
most important part. I mean, um, other than like writing. I mean, because it's hard to say to give tips on making the film itself, because I think art, you can't really teach art. You just have
to do
to
it
go
and
with it
just
and believe in
yeah,
yourself. I believe that anyone really can do a film, but the most important part is to have great people around you that will help you and believe in you and help you make it, because you can't do it on your own. So you have to surround yourself with the best team you can.
yeah, yeah. That would be the advice.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much for having
Thank
us. We're really excited.
Watch the Short Film Wednesday, along with a selection of other short films from Australia and around the world at the Kids Rule Film Festival at Studio 138 Dubbo, July 17 and 18. Tickets are $5 and are available from the studio138.com.au website. Look for the events page or email us at studio138dubbo@gmail.com.